That's right, you're about to uncover the mysterious story of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so enigmatic, and so valuable that even professional collectors have spent decades trying to unravel its secrets. With fewer than a dozen known examples in the entire world, this isn't just a penny, it's a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. So stay tuned, because you're about to dive into one of the most electrifying mysteries in numismatic history. Let's get started. First things first, what exactly is the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, and why is it so different from the billions of other pennies struck in that same year? In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced more than 2.6 billion Lincoln cents across its Philadelphia and Denver facilities. These coins were made for general circulation and had the usual strike quality of business strikes, nothing special, right? Because hidden among all those ordinary pennies, there exists an elite few, just about a dozen known today, that look completely different. They are sharply struck, have satin-like surfaces, and lack the usual contact marks you'd expect from circulation coins. These coins resemble specimen or special strike coins, the kind not intended for general use, but rather for presentation or testing. These ultra-rare pieces became known as SMS coins, or special mint set coins. Now, here's where the mystery deepens. In 2016, a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny graded SP68RD by PCGS sold for a staggering $94,000. By 2019, the value jumped again, with another example selling for over $100,000. And in the private collector market, there are rumors of sales nearing $200,000 to $250,000. With today's explosive demand for rare coins, experts believe the next high-grade 1964 SMS penny could easily fetch over $300,000, or even $350,000, at auction. These aren't just collector pieces. These are six-figure American artifacts. The mystery behind the 1964 SMS penny. The U.S. Mint officially began producing SMS coins in 1965, during a coin shortage. But the 1964 SMS pennies? According to public records, they were never officially authorized. So where did they come from? The prevailing theory is that a small number of SMS coins were struck in 1964 as experimental or transitional pieces, possibly in preparation for the SMS program that would launch the following year. Some experts believe they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint using specially prepared dies and blanks, most likely behind closed doors, with only a select group of Mint officials involved. These coins were never released into circulation. What makes the story even more intriguing is that no official documentation confirms their creation. That adds to the mystique, and sky-high value, of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny. Physical features. How to identify a 1964 SMS penny. If you're wondering how to spot one of these unicorns in the wild, let's break down the key characteristics of a genuine 1964 SMS Lincoln penny. The coin has a superior strike, sharper than the typical 1964 cent Lincoln's bust. The details of his hair, and the lettering are crisply defined. The surface has a unique satin or matte-like luster, very different from both business strikes and proof coins. These coins do not have a mint mark, meaning they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. There are also known die markers specific to the SMS examples, such as distinctive die polish lines and other minute features studied by professionals. Most examples appear virtually uncirculated, with minimal to zero contact marks, suggesting careful handling from the moment they were struck. For years, these coins were almost unknown. Then, in 1993, several 1964 SMS coins, including the penny, surfaced at a Lester Merkin auction, originating from the estate of former U.S. Mint Director Eva Adams. Adams served during the early 1960s and is believed to have had direct involvement with the experimentation that led to the SMS program. Some experts speculate that these coins may have been created for internal review or presentation purposes during her tenure, and that she retained a small set upon her retirement. If that's true, then we're talking about mint-issued test coins that were never supposed to reach collectors, making them legally and numismatically explosive. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where things go from interesting to mind-blowing. In 2016, a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny graded SP68RD by PCGS sold for a staggering $94,000. By 2019, the value jumped again, with another example selling for over $100,000. And in the private collector market, there are rumors of sales nearing $200,000 to $250,000. With today's explosive demand for rare coins, experts believe the next high-grade 1964 SMS penny could easily fetch over $300,000, or even $350,000, at auction. These aren't just collector pieces. These are six-figure American artifacts. Fire. So what gives this penny its six-figure price tag? Fewer than a dozen verified examples exist. Compare that to millions of other Lincoln cents from the same year. The coin's unofficial origins and connection to top U.S. Mint leadership add intrigue, and therefore, value. These coins are in exceptional condition, often grading SP67 or SP68, which is exceedingly rare for any penny from that era. Every serious Lincoln cent collector dreams of owning one. With so few in existence, the bidding wars are fierce when one appears. This might sound like a fantasy, but here's the kicker. You could potentially come across one of these coins. Some people unknowingly inherit old coin collections from family members. Others find coin show dealers or estate sales that don't realize what they have. That means if you ever see a 1964 penny with perfect surfaces, no mint mark, and a satin-like finish, get it authenticated immediately. You might be holding a $200,000 plus treasure. The 1964 SMS Lincoln penny isn't just rare, it's a piece of American monetary history. It bridges a gap between regular circulation coinage and the special mint sets that followed. Absolutely. Here's a detailed breakdown of the known and potential error varieties of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, as well as their associated values, including why certain traits can skyrocket its price to $200,000 to $350,000 or more. This section can be added right after the main auction history or inserted into the physical features part of your video for deeper impact. While the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny is already ultra-rare, a few examples display unique error traits or minor variations that make them even more desirable, and even more valuable. Let's take a closer look at the possible error varieties and features that elevate this coin's value. Some 1964 SMS cents have distinct die polish lines, particularly on Lincoln's jawline, behind the head, or in the fields of the coin. These lines are not post-mint scratches. They're actually from Mint employees using abrasive tools to clean the dies before striking the coins. These lines confirm SMS striking origin, and collectors pay a premium for well-documented examples with visible polish lines. In high grades, these coins have sold for $100,000 to $200,000 or more. There are subtle differences among known specimens. Some have a smoother, more satin-like finish, while others lean toward proof-like reflectivity, especially in the fields. Collectors seek specific surface textures depending on their preference, and any variation not previously cataloged can make a specimen one of a kind. A 1964 SMS penny with a unique reflective finish might exceed $250,000 in the right market. One of the most influential factors in value is color and preservation. The PCGS and NGC grade coins based on strike, color, and surface condition, RD, red original bright red luster from the mint. RB, red-brown partial red with some toning. BN, brown fully toned brown surfaces. Only a handful of SP67RD and SP68RD examples exist, and these are the most valuable. SP67RD, $150,000 to $200,000. SP68RD, top pop $300,000 to $350,000 or more. These coins are often described as museum quality, and any discovery in this condition would break auction records. As of now, no confirmed DDO, double die obverse, or DDR, double die reverse, 1964 SMS pennies are known. However, if one is ever authenticated, it would cause a massive surge in value. What to look for? Doubling in Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date. Doubling in the Lincoln Memorial columns on the reverse. If a true SMS 1964 penny with dramatic doubling is found and certified, it could shatter records at $500,000 or more due to its absolute uniqueness. Most SMS coins are expected to be perfectly centered and struck with care. If a legitimate 1964 SMS Lincoln penny were found with an off-center strike, even by just 5–10%, and verified by NGC or PCGS, it would prove to be a mint error on a test specimen. This kind of error would not just be rare, it would be a unicorn. Value could easily reach $350,000 plus, possibly more in private sales. Broad strikes and collar errors occur when the collar die fails during the minting process. While typical business strikes may show this error, it would be extraordinary on an SMS coin. While no confirmed broad-struck SMS 1964 pennies exist, if one were authenticated, expect values to exceed $250,000, simply due to its unparalleled rarity. Some coin experts believe that extreme die polishing or overuse may have led to coins showing weaker details in places like the steps of the Lincoln Memorial or Lincoln's beard. While not as dramatic as other errors, these coins with distinct die states are still highly sought after, particularly for collectors of die varieties and strike anomalies. Such coins can demand $150,000 to $200,000 in top condition. Any new die pair, meaning a different combination of obverse and reverse dies from known SMS specimens, could make a coin a new discovery piece. If you or someone submits such a coin for grading and it's confirmed, you'd be making history. A confirmed 13th or 14th known specimen with new die diagnostics could bring in $250,000 to $350,000, particularly if it's the finest example of its type. When it comes to the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny, every microscopic detail, every faint die line, surface finish, or unexpected variation, could mean the difference between a $10,000 coin and a $350,000 numismatic masterpiece. This is not just about a cent. It's about a coin that tells a story few others can. If you're hunting for a 1964 SMS penny, keep an eye out for the other denominations in this mystery SMS set, including 1964 SMS Jefferson Nickel, 1964 SMS Roosevelt Dime, 1964 SMS Washington Quarter, 1964 SMS Kennedy Half Dollar. All share similar features: satin finish, strong strikes, and low known population. Owning an entire 1964 SMS set would be akin to discovering a numismatic holy grail.